I'm just wondering when we get to draft time and they have to talk, right? The Joneses have to be on the stage with McCarthy and Will McClay. Will there be anybody who brings this topic up after they pick somebody with the 24th pick?
Broadus had also brought up, I believe it was yesterday. Oh, I guess it makes sense. It would be yesterday. Traditionally, when Steven and Jerry speak at the Combine and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's true. That's another time.
You can duck out of that, but I would wonder if that would be a spot.
It'll just be weird. Have they named the replacement for Rich Dalrymple's job?
I don't believe so.
They have not.
His first job, the job that he will have,
is going to be to deal with the fallout.
First thing that he has is to make sure the Rich Dalrymple thing goes away.
I've heard some guesses on who the person is. They are in house, but that's just guesses more than anything. Not
the person we like.
No. But we might like him. So that's a different thing for a different time. I heard the timeline from Broadus too, and that makes a lot of sense. But like you said, they can give a padded answer, right? Like they can just say, here's our legal answer that we can say. We can't get into any more details on that. Or they can just throw out there's an NDA. We can't talk about it. Somebody else wasn't supposed to talk about it. We can't talk about it either. We're moving on.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, that's probably what they'll do.
But no. Okay, that's fine. If I'm in that group of reporters, or if Jerry Jones would call up, my question would be, that NDA is in regards to the cheerleaders. The other accusation was made that he took upskirt photos of your daughter. Was there an NDA signed with y'all about that? And if not, what are your thoughts? Because that is a shocking accusation.
Yeah, and I can imagine you'd see the look from him.
Sure.
And he would answer it.
He's told us to shut the hell up before.
I really do. I think that he would answer that question. And it would probably be along the lines of how y'all understand how far-fetched it is that I'd let a guy work with me if I thought that was true.
And if that's the case, fair enough. I would just like to have that answer down.
I agree with you.
Regardless of what you think about the answer, not you, but like in general,
Tell
people
me what to think.
Not you, but people think about that answer. I would like to have it down on the record.
The other thing too, though, is like it's real. I really think he had an opportunity to craft his own exit on this and provide them what they are going to expect and go through as they go along. And a lot of it led to, now focus on, once you get past it, once you've done your thing, start focusing on, because of the life cycle of the NFL, what's next? You are the biggest headline. What players are you interested in? Go make a big draft trade. Do something. You know what? Hey, Mike, to answer your question, we're finally hanging curtains up. I don't know what the answer is there, but something
distraction. Take you over here.
You have a million different distractions. One
very
of the
political, right? I mean, that's the game.
That's
one of the
wag
first
the
things,
dog
Kevin,
situation.
What has Jerry Jones been talking about all year with us specifically? The $100 million that Charlotte raised for the veterans.
Yeah,
like that. He'll turn everything to all these different types of things to move on from it. So I don't know that we'll ever get a real story, but I know the Cowboys will do their best to continue using the NFL cycle to move on from it. But there's still a lot of questions that people want to know now. And do you always say this? You always say that we as society can't take 100% reality.
Yes.
We can't take 100% truth.
Yes.
Do you think Cowboys fans, I really want to know from y'all.
No.
Want to know. Do you think
no.
And do you think that it will change their support of the team?
I don't.
I really don't, because I'll tell you this, Corey, that's a great question. Last night I was thinking, I've lost some of my Cowboys fandom. I talked about it as they were heading into the playoffs. It's like, it's weird because they could win it all. Like, I know I'm going back to now on the field stuff. I thought, how come I'm not that engaged with this team possibly finally being the team that could do something that hasn't been done in forever? And now this happens yesterday, the breaking news. I know that it happened 6-7 years ago, but I look at it and I go, why should I keep being a fan of this team? Now, that being said, the Mavericks have done similar situations. Mm-hmm. And I'm
sure.
I'm going to watch the Mavs tonight in New Orleans. I'm going to be excited about watching Luka and Dinwiddie and Bertans and see how it's all coming together. And yet, when the season gets rolling, I'll be hypocritical here. I will probably forget all about this situation and just go, I'm just rooting for my hometown team, the team that I grew up rooting for as a kid. And yet I think to myself, am I part of the problem? Last night I was thinking, am I part of the problem by still rooting for the Dallas Cowboys? But then who do I pick that doesn't have issues with their situation? Like, let's just say I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan. Really cool watching him in Lubbock last night. There was the Tech Baylor game, really fun to watch. But then, Andy Reid's son got drunk, and did it kill?
Yeah,
no. She survived.
Permanent brain damage.
But yeah, exactly.
Right. And so and it's like, where do I go to they're not hypocritical. They are a great organization.
Yeah.
They don't hire people that have had, whether it's with kids or with women, like that they have been what you'd consider a clean organization, a clean ownership group, clean head coaches, clean players. It's very tough, but it crossed my mind, Corey, last night to just stop rooting for this team altogether.
Somebody did text in, he'll induct Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, and the other thought that I had, let's say Jimmy Johnson to the Ring of Honor. My other thought was somehow, some way, they move on from Amari Cooper and sign Devontae Adams. And I'm like, good Lord.
Now, there's all sorts of things that you can do.
Then that becomes the talking point. And
by the way, the Tuolos are saying the Mavs thing, honestly, to them as fans of both teams, seems way worse than this Rich Dalrymple thing.
And I get that because but so far as we know right now, so far as we know, it's this person. And that might be all it ever is. I don't want to say all, you know what I'm saying? Like, It's still awful, awful, awful. But I was thinking about what you said, and I have complicated feelings about just giving up on the Cowboys. It's not my fault the people they employ and the poor choices they make as an organization. I've loved the Cowboys since I was a kid, since my parents loved the Cowboys. My son loves the Cowboys. That's what we do and we watch. And so I'm like, is that a selfish point of view that I shouldn't have to change something that I love because people made terrible, awful, no good decisions? Or does that make me part of the problem for not being willing to make a sacrifice to get them the hell out of there?